Teachers and administrators now have the option of checking the full disclosure checkbox in Compass. This checkbox will replace the credit earned with a W on the student's report card. In order for the full disclosure checkbox to be accessible in Compass, the course must be dropped from the student's schedule and an overnight refresh must take place for the systems to sync. So we're going to walk through that process right now. So the first step is to log into PowerSchool, and this is going to be done by a guidance counselor. And you're going to search for the student. So I've pre-selected one. And we're going to go to Courses and Programs, and you're going to modify course schedule. And then what you want to do is you want to find the course that is dropped. So in this case, it is NBE3U. You're going to click on the checkbox under drop, and you will make sure the enrollment date matches the date they're dropping. So it's 5 days after the midterm release date for full disclosure and before the end of the term. So this is only for those cases where they've dropped it after the set time period and before the term has ended. So if you need to change it, you can click on the calendar here to change the date. We're going to go with today's date, and you would click Drop Selected. So again, here's the exit date if you need to adjust it, and then you would make sure it's the right course and drop classes. Right, and now the course will be dropped from the current schedule of that student. You need to wait for an overnight refresh so that Compass and PowerSchool can sync their information. At that point, you'll log into Compass, and teachers can do this, or it can be done by a guidance counselor administrator. And you will go down to Gradebook, Report Card Export. And this can also be done from the teacher comment dashboard. First thing, make sure you're in the right reporting period. So we're in S2 final, and you'll go down to review by class, and you'll select the course. So we're already in the right course that we want. And any course that's been dropped will appear in gray. So this is a different student just because of the anonymized information on these accounts, but yours should have the actual student name. Teacher or administrator can enter the final mark. We're going to put in a final mark of 40. It might be a mark over 50, but because they're dropping the course, they still will not earn a credit for it. Once you put in the mark, it should automatically lock, and then you can enter in the learning skills. We're just going to put ends for the demo here. And then this box is the one you want to click. So that's your full disclosure box. So we're going to click that one, and we're going to write full disclosure and then no credit earned. Okay. So once you've gone through all of those, if you click out, it should turn green and we are good to go. At this point, you're going to wait for another overnight refresh. And we're going to go back into PowerSchool. And we're going to go back. So I'm still in the same student. So we want to go academic records this time, historical course grades. And so here's the course that was dropped up at the top. So we can see 0 credit earned, but there is a final mark here. So if it's over 50, you might have to double check the credit earned, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So the last step is we click on the grade, and we're going to scroll down, and we're going to just double check earned credits is 0. So if it was a score over 50, this may be 1, and we'd have to click and adjust that down to 0. And then we want to scroll down and we want to click on full disclosure mark flag. And last thing is date completed, right? And so because of the overnight refreshes, we might have to go back and adjust this to when this happened. And then you'd click submit. And your full disclosure is complete. Thanks for listening.